much for that. And this kind of brings us into our next conversation, and really now bringing it back home. We're talking about leading with coaching and intelligence. And the part I want to take us to is, how do we then use EI? Because over the last 2 years, our organizations have really experienced, and our teams have experienced, great turmoil in this VUCA space. The volatility has gone to an all new level. The uncertainty is literally a daily thing. The complexities of different engagements, partnerships, relationships have gone to an an all new level. And of course, the ambiguity is like every day we wake up to something new. We receive all this information, and we kind of are not even sure what is expected of us, whether it's from our clients, our partners, and our leaders. How can we then embed EI into leadership effectiveness and improving team engagement? Mucha, over to you.
So I think the reality is, as a leader, you need to recognize that people do well when they're feeling good. And it may seem like such a soft thing to say, but it's true. The reality is individuals give of their best when they are feeling their best. Yeah. You may be a highly gifted and technically competent leader, but if you don't have emotional competence, leadership is going to be tough. Not only, we've seen this not only in the what we've gone through as a result of COVID, but also as we look at the makeup of the individuals who are coming into the workforce. I always laugh and say that when my mom went to work, work was something you did because you needed to earn a living. And so whether you liked it or not was irrelevant. The workforce of today wants to enjoy their work, wants to be in an environment where they feel that they are valued and appreciated. And that requires the competence of emotional intelligence. In lots of research that is available online, you will see over and over again that leaders who are high in emotional intelligence are able to cultivate that kind of environment. In this current business context, like you said, David, where companies are struggling with rapid change, with finding competitive advantage in a globalized economy, in finding, motivating, and keeping talent in a changing workforce, emotional intelligence is crucial. Leaders need to take different strategies and different tactics, and that begins with understanding that a human being is driven by their emotions, just like what we talked about earlier. A human being is driven by their emotions. Yeah. When we look at the Gallup findings, they indicate that most organizations are running on engagement levels of less than 25%. That means less than 25% of the team are fully committed and fully engaged. We have higher levels of presenteeism, where people are there, but they're not really there. They don't give of their discretionary effort. We have higher levels of absenteeism, where people are off sick, not coming into work, finding many other things to do. And that's because of the low levels of engagement. Our research shows that leaders who use emotional resources to foster engagement deliver significant bottom line results. 50% more likely to have a lower turnover, 56% more likely to have a higher than average customer loyalty, 38% more likely to have above average productivity, all as a result of this soft skill that we call emotional intelligence. Leaders who are high in emotional intelligence cultivate the right kind of environment for the employee of today, for the environment of today.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for putting that in, Mucha. And CS Sharon, you look like you want to add something into that.
Yes, I want to add something that I have gone through myself and what I have seen in places where I have worked. And I just want to share two things. One is creating leadership stories that inspire employees. I don't know whether it is more African than otherwise that we get so engraved in a story. And we tie ourselves to how the story is, the results of the story, the beautiful thing within that story. And I've realized that when you have leadership stories that then inspire people, people want to listen to you as a leader. They want to align themselves to some of the thoughts that you're sharing with them through those stories. And then number two, give employees a voice. It is extremely powerful to do that. And just placing yourself as a leader a little vulnerable, showing that it is okay, I can make mistakes, though I am the leader. It just brings in some power with itself. And then the last one, which I found very powerful when I worked at Kenya Wildlife Service, is to show employees that you care. That in itself, there is nothing you can exchange with it. And just a little story, I know maybe time is running out, but one of the times I worked there, we had one of our pilots get an accident, and he was overflying Mount Kenya, and he just went into the mountain, and Major Nyanjui was there for 7 days. The kind of leadership that then we had in that organization just pulled the 7,000 of us together. We became a praying organization, we became a caring, we visited the family, we tried to look for Major. And the day that we got Major, this is the part I wanted to share, and we flew over to Karen Hospital. When we were coming down, I realized there were so many people at the hospital, and I was asking myself what could be happening. And when we came down, there were more than 100 employees who had come to receive Major at the hospital. For me, that was the highest level of showing how emotionally intelligent that organization was. Caring for people pays a lot. Thank you.
Wow.